Hi, I'm Christie Vanover from Girls Can Grill. Today we're cooking on the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 1050 digital charcoal grill and smoker. Usually gravity-fed smokers are used by serious pitmasters and even restaurant owners, but the Masterbuilt 1050 series is built for you to cook in your own backyard. It's got great fuel efficiency and even airflow. Let me explain how the gravity feed system works. This is the hopper. You add your lump charcoal or charcoal briquettes right inside and close it down. Then you light it from the bottom. And then as the coals burn from the bottom, ash drops down into the ash can. The whole time you're getting that even cycle of air, that even cycle of heat that is working its way inside the grill. With a regular style charcoal grill, you either add your coals right into the kettle or the ceramic cooker, and then you put your grate on top, or if you have an offset smoker, you'll have a smoke box on the side where you add your fire. With both of those styles of grills, you have to be in charge of the vents, both the air intake and the exhaust. You've got to be a little bit proficient as a pitmaster to understand how that airflow works to maintain your grill temperature. With the Masterbuilt 1050, you don't have to worry about any of that because it's digital. All you do is add the coals and light them, and then you set your temp on the display. There's a fan inside that's going to circulate the air and maintain the temperature that you want to be cooking your food at. So without an exhaust and an intake, you might be wondering, how does the air flow? That's where these slides come into effect. There's actually two openings between the hopper and the grill body. That's where the airflow is happening. When you start your grill, you want to make sure that these are removed. And actually, they hang really nicely on the side when they're not in use. Then with a digital fan and your display panel, everything is done automatically for you. When it's time to shut the grill down, you just take these slides and you put them right back into place to cut off the oxygen flow. One thing that I love about this Masterbuilt is that all of your coals are on the side. So if you need to add coals, you simply open the lid, add your coals, and close it back up tight. If you have a ceramic cooker or a kettle cooker, you actually have to take your food off the grill, your grill grate off the grill, and then add your coals and then put everything back on. It can be a little bit of a hassle. Not so with the Masterbuilt. Plus, this hopper is a 16-pound hopper and it can cook for up to 8 hours depending on your temperature. As much as I enjoy this grill, there are a couple of cons that I want to point out. First of all, the assembly is a little bit confusing. The instructions include some line drawings and just a little bit of text in 3 languages, but it's a little bit unclear exactly what parts they're talking about. Fortunately, Masterbuilt has a YouTube channel and they have a full video on how to assemble this grill. I recommend going there. It took me about 2.5 hours to fully assemble the grill, and then you need to plan for another 2 to 3 hours to season it. I love that the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 1050 kind of operates like a pellet grill, except you get to use either lump charcoal or charcoal briquettes, so you get that real authentic barbecue flavor. The downside, however, is that it's not self-igniting. Honestly, the very first time I started it, I put my coals in, I set the temperature on the display panel, and I waited and waited and waited, and finally I got an error that said that my grill didn't ignite. You actually have to light the grill yourself. So you insert a lighter cube under the coals, add your coals, light it up, then set your temperature, and then everything will run smoothly. When you cook on the Masterbuilt as a grill instead of a smoker, there's one thing that you need to keep in mind. The recommendation is that you keep the lid closed. The reason for that is because there's an internal sensor. When you have the lid open, cool air touches that sensor and it triggers to the fan that it needs to turn on to add more heat to the grill. Well, the problem with that is then once you close the lid, the grill gets a little bit overheated for what you're cooking. So if you like cooking burgers or hot dogs or steaks, add them to the grill, then close the lid down, let them cook for a little bit, open the lid, flip them, and then go ahead and close the lid as quickly as you can. That'll help maintain a steady temperature. Let's look at all the exterior features. I love the amount of prep space and counter space that this grill gives you. You've got a really large shelf over here that's got tool hooks on the side and a little caddy in the back where you can store your plug and also store your thermometer probes. I also like this fold-up shelf. It's just the right size so you can put your pan on here when you're putting your food right on the grill. And if you're really in a pinch, you can even place a pan up here for a short period of time. Plus, there's a ton of storage on the bottom too. There's a really sturdy shelf where you can keep your charcoal or your gloves or other tools. The wheels on the grill are good. You get 2 locking wheels so you can keep it in place, plus 2 really durable side wheels so that you can roll it around your backyard. You'll see right near the control panel that there are slots for 4 different temperature probes. This way you can monitor the internal temperature of your meat as it cooks. The grill does only come with 1, so if you want to use extra probes, you're going to have to buy those separately. There's other accessories you can buy too, like a pizza oven attachment, a griddle, and a cover to keep it protected. In addition to using the charcoal, if you really want to enhance the wood flavor, you can add wood chunks. You simply place them in the bottom in the ash bucket. Then as the coals burn and the ashes drop onto that bucket, it's going to slowly ignite those wood chunks. So you're going to have a slow, steady smoke throughout the cook. 1 to 2 wood chunks will last you 2 to 3 hours. You can add more if needed. When it comes to cleanup, the Masterbuilt is superior compared to other charcoal grills and even pellet grills. Dumping the ash is easy. Once the grill is fully cooled down, you open the bottom door on the hopper and you remove the ash bucket. Then dispose of those appropriately. Put the bucket back in, and any unburned coals that are left in your hopper, you can reuse those during your next cook. As far as cleaning the inside of the grill, there's a huge pan that slides out, so you don't even need a shop vac, and all the grease collects in the pan under the bottom. Inside the grill, there are 3 levels of cooking space. You can remove the top 2 levels if you want to, but combined it gives you 1,050 square inches of cooking space, so you can cook up a whole lot of food. The temperature ranges from 150 degrees all the way up to 700 degrees, so you can smoke things really slow and low, or you can give things a nice sear. Speaking of which, the bottom grill grates also flip. There's a sear side when you want to sear those steaks, and there's a smoke side when you're cooking things slow and low. The Masterbuilt is 52 inches tall, 61 inches wide, and 33 inches deep. One feature I really like about this grill is how long the cord is. You don't have to be tied to exactly where the outlet is on your back patio. With the length of this cord, you can kind of move things around and set it up exactly where you want it. Most gravity-fed smokers cost thousands of dollars, but the Masterbuilt is less than $1,000. It's a great option for somebody who's looking for the ease of digital with charcoal right in their backyard.